Miss Brooke Nieves, take it away.
Hello, everybody. David, will you get your slides open and run them for me, please? Hello, everybody. I'm so excited to be here today. I see Jamie. I see Sabrina and her puppy. How cute. Matthew, welcome, everybody. If you're here today, I just want to start by saying that it's not an accident, because I believe that when there's something within us seeking something, that we are provided moments and opportunities and people in our life that are placed there to support us. And that is exactly the situation. Let me hold on, David, just send me the host bylaw. Okay, there we go. So I believe that you're not here for an accident. So whatever it is inside that you've been searching for, if there's something specific that's important to you that you want to address with your health, I just want you to keep an open mind, because as myself, I've evolved throughout the years of my health journey. I'm glad that I kept an open mind. I'm glad that I was not closed off to potential opportunities that were presented to me to help me with my health, because my health is better in my mid-30s than it was in my early 20s, or my entire 20s. So I believe that when we take care of ourselves, we can actually feel better as time goes on. So you guys, I'm going to run through this really quick. It is kind of quick. So if you want more details on a specific product that we're talking about, no worries. We can get back to the person that invited you and we can have a deeper conversation, but I'm going to just run through these for the sake of time, because we like to keep this at 30 minutes. All right. So we're going to go down into short story, because I do think that it's extremely important that you guys understand the reason that this company even exists was that our formulator of our product line, Dr. Tony Rodriguez, lost both of his parents by the age of 16. And, you know, when somebody experiences something extremely devastating and traumatic like that, there's multiple ways that the story could go. But Tony chose to turn his pain into purpose. And now he has helped thousands of people with their health, with all different types of ailments for the last 13 years. And so that's actually how our company was born. Was he had started a line of clinics in Mexico, and the story is a little bit longer, but I'll save the long part of the story. But he had the opportunity to create a company and actually make it to where his products were available globally, and that's what we're doing right now because of the dramatic impact that they have on people's health that have used them. So in the current state of our environment, of the world that we live in, people are passing away from illnesses that are preventable. And it's kind of crazy, because you know, if you love somebody and you lose them, I've lost people in my life, and then finding out years later that, wow, these things are preventable if we just had the education and we had the proper things to put into our system to create an environment that the body could heal itself and could thrive. It's a message that is, and it's a mission worth fighting for, because there's just so many people in our life that are leaving this planet sooner than they have to. And I feel that same way about my children and myself. I want to be here as long as possible. So this is what we're really passionate about, is educating that chronic illness can be prevented. And there's certain things that you have to do to head in that direction. And that's what we're really passionate about talking about. The two things that you really want to pay attention to are reducing inflammation in the body, because chronic inflammation leads to turning on chronic illness. Where does chronic inflammation come from? It comes from the toxins that our body encounters every single day, from perfumes to the herbicides, pesticides, fungicides, hormones, GMOs that are in our food, highly processed foods, the air that we're breathing. 4.5 premature deaths happen every single year because of the air quality. The water that we're consuming, that we're bathing in. You guys, there's so many toxins in our environment. Even emotions, if they're not processed properly, and it's something that gets stuck in the body, even that becomes a toxin to the body and creates inflammation in the system. So it's important to understand where inflammation comes from, and also the fact that our body requires a certain amount of nourishment every single day to sustain its quality of life and to defend itself. And so right now we're seeing the most toxic environment we've ever lived in, and the most nutritionally deficient food that we've ever seen. And it's only getting worse, which is why we're seeing this rise in chronic illness. Who in their world, in their network, realizes, like, oh my gosh, I have more sick people in my life, more people that are not living a life of vitality than the opposite. And I can say that when I look at my own loved ones, I'm like, oh my gosh, what can we do? Somebody has to do something. And so that's why it's really important. This mission is like, you guys, I live this mission, and I speak about this mission every single day, even to strangers, because I'm genuinely concerned about what is going to happen if we don't turn this ship around for the health of our humans. Even our children are becoming chronically ill. So next slide, please. VitalHealth has come in and they've brought a solution to support us on this journey. And so what we've done is we have a beautiful product line that has nanotechnology. That means that we've taken the products, we've infused a technology into it to allow the body to absorb more of the nutrients within the ingredient. Then we also use adaptogens. We have herbs and we have adaptogens. Herbs have every herb has a nature to it. Every adaptogen has a nature to it. Like, so when it goes into the system, chamomile has a calming effect. Milk's thistle is supportive for helping to heal the liver. You've got different herbs that do different things. We've got Tonga Ali, which is an adaptogen. So it goes into the system, and that one specifically helps to balance out hormones. So it goes in and it finds the specific balance of where your hormones are at, and then it brings you to the balance that you should be. So adaptogens are like genius herbs. And then we have affordable prices because we believe that health should not be a luxury. There's so many years that have gone by that the organic food is so much more expensive. The food that isn't highly processed, doesn't have the hormones, doesn't have GMOs in it. I mean, it's crazy that we have to pay an arm and a leg for just to eat something that's not going to poison us. And so the founders here at VitalHealth, they truly value making sure that every single home, every family, every person in the family can afford our product line. We have an expert advisory board. We have hundreds of doctors that we work with. This is a smaller group of them, and they represent the integration of how you can take herbs and adaptogens, roots, leaves, and integrate them into a practice and have significantly incredible results. And so we have testimonials that come from that daily. This is a view of our overall product line, and we have a system. We detoxify, restore, nourish, and awaken. We have our non-GMO, lab tested, no animal testing stamp. Our labs are certified and inspected by the FDA. And we also have our good manufacturing stamp. This is a really important stamp because the GMP stamp, in order to have this stamp, you have to go through rigorous testing with the quality of the products, testing for heavy metals, testing for additives, testing to see if what you're saying is in that product is actually there. So this is a stamp that we work really hard for to ensure that we have super high quality products on the market. And I just need to let you know that we do not diagnose, treat, cure, prevent, or mitigate any disease. These are all recommendations. These are all testimonials. And it's important that we say that so we stay compliant. All right. So the first step is going to be detoxification. This is the foundation to your health. And the reason is because you have a filter inside your system that all these toxins are coming in every single day. And somebody has to bear the load of those toxins. And that's going to be your liver and your kidneys. So they're shuffling through all the toxins, trying to process them. And when they get overwhelmed and get overloaded, the filter gets really dirty. And when the filter gets dirty, it starts malfunctioning the rest of the system. So your digestive system, circulatory system, reproductive system, endocrine system, your lungs, your brain. I mean, there's your respiratory system. Everything is connected to the liver and the kidneys. And so I always joke, but I'm so serious. Like, if the liver and the kidneys ain't happy, nobody happy. That saying, if mama ain't happy, nobody happy. That's literally what it's like. So it's important. It's vital that you make sure that those organs are happy, because if you're having low energy, if you're wondering why your weight management journey is a struggle, if you want to increase, have a better mood, reduce your inflammation, it all starts with those organs. So step one, everybody give me a one. Step one is right here at your detoxification system. So we've got Organex that's supportive for the liver, iodine that's supportive for the kidneys, S-Balance that's supported for the pancreas, and then we have our T-Detox, which is a nice gentle cleansing of your detoxification system. Okay, and this is meant to be taken together. I highly recommend that anybody who has been desiring to balance their blood sugar levels, we have a conversation as soon as possible. The testimonials on creating balanced blood sugar levels in the system are incredible, mind-blowing. Next, we have our Restore line. We've got 40 Flora. This is supportive for your bowels, for your mood, for your bone health. And it's also got activated charcoal, which is going to be a binder to help remove toxins out of the system. Idolate is a nervous system support product. Who here sometimes just feels overwhelmed and stressed? Or who here sometimes just wishes their quality of sleep was just deeper, was better? You wake up more refreshed. That's our Idolate. Idolate is really supportive if you want to have a better quality sleep. Also, we've had incredible testimonials. If you know anybody who is on the spectrum or has autism, ADHD, ADHD, amazing testimonials. Give it a shot. Omegas, this is brain food. This is really, really important if we want to hold on to our memory as we age. I know that in my family, my great-grandfather, I watched him suffer from Alzheimer's. It's critical, you guys, that we have a quality omega in our system. It is brain food. It's also extremely important for the development of your children's brain. Okay, so omegas are just a must. And we also pair it with additional vitamins and astaxanthin, which is a super strong antioxidant. So it's not just an omega, we supercharge it. We tend to do that here. I'll talk to you about another product that we supercharge really well as well. Then we've got Askelax. Askelax is a circulatory health product. So heart disease is the #1 killer in the United States. I take this every single day, specifically because I don't want to be I don't want to end up in that situation. I don't want to be a statistic. So every single day I take my Askelax. Glutation, this is a blend of glutathione, turmeric, and vitamin C. So you're getting a nice immune system boost. You're getting supporting a healthy inflammatory response. And then you've got glutathione. Glutathione is a master antioxidant. And here's what you need to know about about antioxidants in general. Studies show that an abundance of free radicals in the system can lead to cancer. What do antioxidants do? They reduce oxidative stress, which reduces free radicals. So who here wants to reduce some free radicals? Me, you, we want to keep our free radicals down. So having antioxidants in your system is crucial. Glutathione not only is a strong antioxidant, it also pulls and detoxes heavy metals out of your system. I also use extra glutathione if I fly on a plane. There's actually a lot that happens toxicity wise in the air and the radiation from a plane. So I take extra glutathione when I'm done flying. I did all. You guys, the testimonials in this are absolutely insane. So this is really supportive to have a really healthy inflammatory response. So if you've got knee, back, shoulder, hip discomfort in your system, anywhere, if you tend to have that spot in your back that just aches, or your feet are in pain, you guys, you have to try this. The cool thing about it is, if you're like, all right, well, tennis elbow, actually, all different types of things. The cool thing about it is my husband, he ripped his pectoralis major tendon off the joint right when we got out of the hospital. He didn't have to take a single prescription because this kept the inflammation in a good place. And so he didn't have to take any prescriptions and damage his liver and constipate him and all the stuff that comes with taking pills. It's also really good for your blood health. So if you have if your blood is too thick, we've had incredible testimonials with actually bringing it to balance. V-Control, this is a combination of spirulina, so it's really nutritious for the body. It's got an element of detoxification. It's got lemon balm, so it's supportive for the nervous system, and it's meant to help you on your weight management journey. So if you're like, oh my gosh, I tend to crave foods throughout the day. I crave sweets, I crave salty, whatever it may be, and you feel like you're hungry all the time, this is going to be supportive in your weight management journey. Also, if you want to be intermittent fasting, this is a helpful tool. And then we've got our Glutation Plus, which is a liquid version of our glutation. It's thebomb.com. It's significantly more powerful, and it's more bioavailable to the system as well. Then we're going to look at our Nourish line. So we've got Vital Pro. This is a superfood protein powder. So this has a multivitamin. This has a whole foods blend with fruits and veggies, omegas, collagen. It's supercharged. So the world really suffers from a lack of enough protein in the system. So this is great because I wake up every single morning, I take my protein, and I actually put my collagen in it as well, which is right over here on the right. So I give that nice boost of nutrition or protein to my system, which is the building blocks of the body. So, it balances out blood sugar levels. It's supportive for sustaining energy when you have enough protein in your body. And our collagen is It's the most impressive collagen I've ever seen. I mean, I literally, I tasted it and I was like, okay, this tastes incredible. And then I looked at the ingredients when we launched it and I was like, whoa. And I've compared it to multiple collagens on the market. Never seen anything like it, you guys. It has NAD, if you guys are familiar, that's the anti-aging vitamin that everybody is all the rave about right now. It's got vitamins E and C. It's got hydrolyzed bovine 1,2,3, marine collagen, connective tissue, bone broth, resveratrol, hyaluronic acid, beetroot powder, piperine black pepper extract. You guys, it is super charged. And when you take it, you can notice a quality in your skin. It's amazing. Then we've got our V Daily, and it's exactly what the name says it is. It's a daily drink that you have to have in your system. How many people here, drop a 3 in the chat before, if you've had a multivitamin and a multi-mineral and a probiotic and a greens blend, and you've had all of these products completely separate. We have combined all of those into one, everything into one, and it tastes incredible. So no more having to worry about that green taste. You guys, we've all been there. We've like, okay, we should take greens, and then we buy greens and we're like, these are awful. So you get the best combination of everything all in one: the probiotic, prebiotic, greens, amino acid profile, which is incredible. That was a separate drink that I used to buy. Everything all in one, and it tastes amazing. Then we've got our nitro. Nitro is a precursor to nitric oxide. So what this is going to do, it's going to oxygenate the cell. Everything is better when the body has more oxygen. It's just the way that it works. So you're oxygenating the cell, you're increasing nutrient absorption when you do that. You're also increasing your libido. So fun thing if that's been a goal of yours as well. And it's also got a nice element of detoxification as well. It's got moringa in it. I'm a big fan of moringa. Then we've got V Energy. Who here is a fan of energy drinks? Okay, I get it. Most people that like energy drinks have a specific one that they like, and I totally understand. Who remembers Bangs? You guys remember Bangs? Drop a 4 in the chat if you used to drink some Bangs. Okay, me and my husband used to drink Bangs, a lot of Bangs. This was like 4 or 5 years ago. We used to drink a lot of Bangs, and they're so bad for you. They taste so good and they give you that boost of energy that you're looking for, but they're so toxic and poisonous. So you guys, I'm telling you right now, this V Energy, it tastes as delicious as any of the energy drinks on the market, but it's actually healthy for you. It's got a beautiful amino acid profile, added vitamins, CoQ10. It's thebomb.com, and it's delicious. So give it a shot. And then we have our Awaken line. I don't know if you know this, but coffee is the second most consumed liquid on this planet. So most people have a coffee routine. Drop a 6 in the chat if you have a coffee routine, if you have a time in your day that you show up and make a coffee. All right, we've got Thermo Cafe. This provides a thermogenic effect on the system. It's going to help you burn fat faster and support your weight management journey. Neuro Cafe, this is a blend of probiotics, and it's got Ganoderma, which is like one of the body's most favorite mushrooms to consume. It's great for memory, for focus, for clarity. It's good for a nice boost to the immune system. Your pancreas loves it. Your liver loves it. Your whole body loves this mushroom, Ganoderma. So I always say that when people drink this, they feel like they're superhuman. And then we've got Love Cafe. If you've been on a journey where you've been wanting to balance your hormones, boom, Love Cafe is the jam for that. And it's also got a nice mood elevating effect as well. And I highly recommend it for men and women, not just women, because a lot of times I think that people think like, oh, just women have to worry about their hormones, but that is not the case. Any man who has suffered from a heart-related disease after the age of 40 had low testosterone. So guys, your testosterone is just as important as women's hormones, okay? So you guys, we are ready to rock and roll. David is going to get into the drawing. Please make sure you guys have put your name. If you have not, if you do not drop your name in the next 60 seconds, then your name will not get entered. Dun, 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 dun. All right, David.
All right. So the first thing we're gonna do right now, while I'm gonna add names to this to the spinning wheel. We're gonna hear a couple of testimonies. So this is exciting. It's a couple of testimonies. The first person that I'm gonna bring up, a individual that I have the utmost respect for. Not only is she part of VitalHealth, she helps us out in so many different ways. That it's exciting to have her here. So I'm gonna go ahead and ask Annette Gano to tell us her incredible testimony.
Sure. Hi, everybody. First of all, kudos, Brooke. I don't know how your brain retains all that information, but I'm always so impressed. So, you guys, I first started, I love the products and I got them, but I couldn't ever get into a routine about taking them. And then I started taking, Brooke advised me because I had really bad tennis elbow. And it was so bad, I couldn't even pick up a cup. I couldn't even put my hand in this position. I couldn't grab it at all. And I was just in constant agony through the holidays, baking, cooking. And it was such a nightmare. And Brooke was like, you got to try I don't know if you say Vitadol or Idadol, but either which way, I couldn't remember the name for the longest time, but it's like Midol, but natural. And I just started taking it. And I also see a chiropractor every other Saturday, and he would try and work on it, work on my shoulder, release all the tendons. And he's like, this is, he's like, I had it for almost a year. It takes a really long time to get rid of it. And last week I went in to see him and he was like, it's gone. I go, I know I've been taking these supplements. It's crazy. So I have to admit that once I fell in love with the Idadol and I started seeing results with my tennis elbow, I did start taking all the other products as well. And I have to say that while I think the Idadol really worked for me for this particular location, I think doing the detox, adding the other products, taking care of using the omegas, because I think that the omegas kind of lube us up, for lack of a better word. I think the Idadol was my kicker. It was like my gateway supplement through VitalHealth, and it helped open the door to use all the other supplements as well. I'd highly recommend it. Give it a try. And yeah, thank you so much for having me. Good luck, everybody.
Thank you so much, Ms. Jeanette, for an incredible testimony. And we're so happy that your elbow doesn't hurt anymore. This is great.
Me too.
Always
Me too.
good.
Look,
It's always having those little pains is so annoying. All right.
it is. It's so annoying, but look, I can pick up a glass, you guys. I'm living proof, I swear.
Nice, nice. Congratulations.
Cheers.
Next, we're gonna have another testimony. We're gonna by her name is I know they just text me her name, Liliana Vasquez. Liliana, are you here?
Yes, I am. Hello, hello.
Oh, thank you, Liliana. Are you able to turn on your camera?
No, I'm actually out somewhere, so it's a little I moved to a side where I can't turn on the camera. I'm sorry.
Okay, well, good deal. Well, go ahead and tell us your testimony, Liliana.
Okay, well, thank you for having me. So my name is Liliana, and I just wanted to share a little bit of my journey. I do have PCOS, and I just wanted to
Where's the
kind of,
second list, baby?
I'm sorry?
Oh, excuse me. Sorry,
Oh.
go ahead.
Oh, sorry. Yes, so I have struggled with PCOS, and I don't know if anyone can relate, but it is very frustrating to have that. So I've been struggling with it for years. I've had irregular periods, hormonal imbalances, and some very large cysts. Last year, I did have to get surgery to remove a large cyst. It was the size of a grapefruit. And then even after that, things really didn't improve. I was put on different forms of birth control to regulate my cycle, but honestly, it just made it worse. And I was bleeding nonstop for over 4 months straight, which made me really anemic, and it drained me physically, emotionally. So it had been a process. I was also on metformin for years, but even despite of all that, I still ended up with another cyst in November, at the size of a small apple. And I hadn't had a natural cycle since then. But Vanessa did tell me about some of these products. She said that they were completely natural and that they would help me to give them a try. So I did look into them. I started with the detox and the vitamins and the Love Cafe that was recommended after my scan. And I started, this would be my 5th week. So exactly at my 4-week mark, um, I did I did start my cycle naturally. So after everything that I had been taking, I did start it last week. And it was a really big moment for me because it was something that I did naturally without medication um, and all of the side effects that I was getting and the pain that I was getting with that. So I'm just really grateful for the products, and even after years of trying so many things that didn't work, this has finally led me to something positive. So I thank VitalHealth for that.
Wow. That's absolutely amazing. Thank you so much for sharing that, Liliana. And I know what it feels like sometimes when we're experiencing something with our health and all we want is a solution. And then we think we might find a solution and then it ends up being a dead end. And then we try something new, but based on a recommendation or something we read and we're like, maybe this is it. Maybe this is the solution. And then it's another dead end.